Hey Cancer, I just sat down with your cards and honestly, the energy that came through today is something I need to share with you right away. I shuffled the deck thinking about what Cancer needs to know about their immediate future, and the cards that fell out were so specific, so pointed, that I actually had to take a moment before I started this reading. There is a woman in your life, someone with tremendous power and presence, and the universe has some very particular messages about what is unfolding around her and around you. So let me just dive right in because the first card I pulled for you, Cancer, is the Devil. And I have to tell you, this card appearing first is not a coincidence. When I see the Devil in a reading about someone's future, especially when we are talking about a tremendous woman experiencing consequences, this card is speaking directly to attachments, to power dynamics, to someone who has been operating from a place of control and manipulation. The Devil energy is about bondage, about chains that we sometimes do not even realize we are wearing or that we are placing on others. Now, Cancer, I want you to think about the women in your sphere right now. This could be a mother figure, a boss, a friend who has always had this larger-than-life presence, or even a romantic partner. The Devil is showing me someone who has been wielding their influence in ways that are not entirely pure. This is not about being evil, but it is about being trapped in patterns of control, of needing to dominate situations and people, of using fear or obligation to keep others close. The tremendous woman the cards are speaking about has been operating from her shadow side, and what the universe is preparing for her is what you might call a divine reckoning. I am seeing that this woman has had power over situations, maybe even over you to some degree. She might be someone who always needs to be right, who cannot let others breathe, who creates dependency rather than supporting independence. The Devil card is telling me that her methods have been building up karmic debt, and that debt is about to be collected. This divine punishment is not about the universe being cruel. It is about natural law, about what happens when we consistently act from ego and control rather than love and trust. For you, Cancer, this card is also a warning and a liberation message at the same time. If you have felt chained to this woman's expectations, to her drama, to her need to control the narrative of your life, the Devil is saying that those chains are about to break. You might witness her going through something that humbles her significantly, something that strips away the facade of power she has been maintaining. It could be a professional downfall, a personal crisis that exposes her vulnerabilities, or a situation where she loses the control she has been so desperately clinging to. What I find fascinating about the Devil appearing for you is that it is also asking you to examine your own attachments. Have you been complicit in this dynamic? Have you stayed bound to this woman out of fear, out of guilt, out of some unhealthy sense of obligation? The card is encouraging you to recognize your own power to walk away from toxic dynamics. The divine punishment she experiences might actually be the catalyst that finally gives you permission to free yourself. I am also picking up that this situation involves materialism or status in some way. The Devil often points to someone who has been chasing external validation, who has built their identity on what they have rather than who they are. This tremendous woman might be about to lose something she thought defined her, whether that is a position, a relationship, a reputation, or even financial stability. And while it might be painful to witness, this is actually the universe course correcting, bringing things back into balance. The second card that came out for your reading, Cancer, is the Hermit, and oh my God, the wisdom in this placement is so profound. After the Devil shows us this tremendous woman facing consequences and these power dynamics crumbling, the Hermit is telling me that you are about to enter a period of deep introspection and spiritual withdrawal. This is not about loneliness, Cancer. This is about necessary solitude that leads to enlightenment. The Hermit is showing me that as this drama unfolds with this woman, as you witness the divine punishment playing out, you are going to need space to process everything. You might find yourself pulling back from social situations, declining invitations, spending more time alone than usual. and this is exactly what you need to be doing. The Hermit carries a lantern in the darkness, and that lantern represents your inner wisdom, your intuition, your ability to light your own path forward. I am seeing that during this Hermit phase, you are going to have some major revelations about your past relationships, about patterns you have been repeating, about why you have allowed certain people to have so much power over you. The Hermit is a card of self-discovery through solitude. You might find yourself journaling more, meditating, taking long walks alone, or simply sitting with your thoughts in ways you have been avoiding. This period of withdrawal is not depression. It is necessary spiritual work. What strikes me about the Hermit following the Devil is that the universe is giving you time and space to heal from whatever toxicity has been present. If you have been enmeshed with this tremendous woman's energy, if you have been caught up in her drama and control, the Hermit is your recovery period. You need to retreat to find yourself again, to remember who you are outside of other people's expectations and manipulations. The Hermit is also telling me that you are going to become a source of wisdom for others who have gone through similar experiences. After you do this inner work, after you process everything and come out the other side, people are going to start coming to you for guidance. You will have walked through the darkness and emerged with your light intact, and that makes you a beacon for others. But first, you have to do the solitary work. You have to be willing to sit with uncomfortable truths about yourself and your choices. I am also getting that during this Hermit period, you might discover or deepen a spiritual practice that really resonates with you. This could be anything from tarot itself, to meditation, to nature connection, to some form of energy work. The Hermit is often associated with spiritual teachers and guides, and I am seeing that you are stepping into your own wisdom, claiming your own spiritual authority rather than giving it away to others. Now, the third card I pulled for you, Cancer, is the Tower. And I literally gasped when I turned this over because the Tower is the card of complete and total upheaval. If the Devil showed us someone bound in toxic patterns, and the Hermit showed us your withdrawal into wisdom, the Tower is the lightning bolt that shatters everything that was built on false foundations. This is the divine punishment card personified. This is where structures that seemed solid suddenly crumble, where lies are exposed, where what was hidden is brought into the harsh light of truth. For this tremendous woman, the Tower is indicating a complete collapse of whatever she has built through manipulation and control. I am seeing reputation destruction, sudden reversals of fortune, shocking revelations that change how everyone sees her. The Tower is not gentle. It is not gradual. It is a sudden strike that demolishes what needs to be demolished so that something authentic can eventually be built in its place. This woman is about to have a Tower moment that rocks her entire world. But Cancer, the Tower is also speaking to you about your own life structures. There might be aspects of your life that you have been building that are not actually aligned with your authentic self. The Tower is asking what in your life is built on obligation rather than genuine desire. What are you maintaining out of fear rather than love? Where have you been constructing a life that looks good on the outside but feels hollow on the inside? The Tower can be terrifying because it represents loss of control, sudden change, everything you thought was stable proving to be anything but. However, the Tower is also one of the most liberating cards in the deck because it clears away what is no longer serving you. It might be painful in the moment, but the Tower always clears space for something more authentic to emerge. Sometimes we hold on to things so tightly that the universe has to pry our fingers open, and that is what the Tower does. I am getting a strong message that this Tower moment is going to involve communication of some kind. There might be a conversation where truth bombs are dropped, where someone finally says what has needed to be said for a long time. There might be messages or information that comes to light that changes everything. The Tower often appears when secrets are revealed, when lies are exposed, when the truth can no longer be suppressed. For you personally, Cancer, the Tower is saying that watching this tremendous woman experience her divine punishment is going to shatter some of your own illusions. You might have had her on a pedestal, You might have believed things about her that were not true. You might have trusted in a dynamic that was fundamentally broken. The Tower is going to show you reality without the filters, and while that can be shocking, it is also incredibly freeing. The fourth card in your reading is the Sun, and honestly, Cancer, after the intensity of the Devil, the solitude of the Hermit, and the destruction of the Tower, the Sun is like this beautiful promise of joy and clarity on the other side of all this chaos. The Sun is pure positive energy. It is success, it is happiness, it is truth illuminated, it is childlike joy and authentic self-expression. The Sun is telling me that after you go through this period of witnessing divine punishment, after you do your hermit work, after the Tower moments clear away the debris, you are going to emerge into the most radiant period of your life. The Sun is about stepping into your authentic power, your genuine self, your true light. This is you without the chains of the devil, you with the wisdom of the hermit, you rebuilt after the Tower into something so much more real and aligned. I am seeing the Sun pointing to success in areas that really matter to you. This could be creative success, professional recognition, or simply the success of feeling genuinely happy with your life for the first time in a long time. The Sun is achievement energy, but it is achievement that comes from being true to yourself rather than trying to meet other people's expectations. What I love about the Sun in this position is that it is also speaking to that phrase in your reading about experiencing love in the sea. The Sun combined with water imagery is giving me strong vacation energy, beach energy, freedom energy. I am seeing you by water, whether that is an ocean, a lake, or even a pool, and you are radiant, you are happy, you are free. There is romance in this water setting. There is healing. There is a sense of being cleansed of everything heavy you have been carrying. The Sun is also telling me about a romantic connection that brings you joy in its simplicity. After potentially dealing with complicated relationships, with power dynamics and control issues, the Sun is showing me love that is easy, that is fun, that is uncomplicated. This could be a summer romance, a vacation connection, or simply meeting someone whose energy is as bright and warm as sunshine. This person makes you laugh, makes you feel alive, brings out your playful side. I am also getting that the Sun is about you reclaiming parts of yourself that you may have suppressed or hidden. Cancer, you are a deeply emotional and intuitive sign, but sometimes you hide your light because you are afraid of being too much, too sensitive, too intense. The Sun is saying that period is over. You are about to step into full authentic expression of who you are, and the people who are meant for you are going to be drawn to that light like moths to a flame. The fifth card I pulled is Justice, and this card is so incredibly significant in a reading about divine punishment and karmic reckoning. Justice is the card of cause and effect, of natural law, of everything being balanced and made right. Justice is not emotional. It is not personal. It is simply the universe ensuring that everyone gets exactly what they have earned through their actions. Justice appearing after the Sun is telling me that you are going to witness or be part of a situation where fairness is finally restored. If this tremendous woman has been getting away with toxic behavior, if she has been escaping consequences through charm or manipulation or sheer force of will, Justice is the card that says time is up. The scales are being balanced. What has been out of alignment is being corrected. For you, Cancer, Justice is also speaking to situations in your own life where you have not been treated fairly. Maybe you have been the one giving and giving while receiving very little in return. Maybe you have been in situations where you were blamed for things that were not your fault, where you carried burdens that were not yours to carry. Justice is coming through to tell you that those imbalances are being corrected now. I am seeing justice potentially involving legal matters, contracts, or official decisions for some of you. This could be anything from a work contract that finally favors you to a legal settlement, to divorce proceedings, to custody arrangements. Whatever it is, justice is ensuring that the outcome is fair and reflects the truth of the situation rather than who has more power or better manipulation skills. Justice is also about truth-telling and honest communication. This card is encouraging you to speak your truth, to share your side of the story, to stop protecting people who have not protected you. If you have been keeping secrets or staying silent to keep the peace, justice is saying that the time for silence is over. Truth needs to be spoken, and when it is, the scales will balance accordingly. What I find powerful about justice in this reading is that it is confirming that this divine punishment is not random cruelty. It is earned consequence. The tremendous woman who faces this reckoning has created the circumstances through her own choices and actions. Justice is impartial. It simply reflects back what has been put out into the world. If someone has been sowing manipulation and control, they are going to reap exposure and loss of power. The final card in your reading, Cancer, is Queen of Pentacles, and this is such a beautiful, powerful card to end on. The Queen of Pentacles is nurturing abundance, practical wisdom, someone who has created security and comfort through their own efforts. She is grounded, she is generous, she is someone who takes care of herself and others from a place of genuine abundance rather than obligation or control. The Queen of Pentacles is telling me that after everything you go through with this situation, after the drama and the hermit time and the tower moments and the sun emergence and the justice being served, you are going to step into this energy of being genuinely resourced and stable. You are going to become the queen of your own domain, someone who has built something real and lasting for yourself. I am seeing the Queen of Pentacles pointing to financial improvement for you, Cancer. This could come through a new job, a promotion, a successful business venture, or simply better management of the resources you already have. But more than money, the Queen of Pentacles is about feeling secure, feeling abundant, feeling like you have enough and you are enough. The Queen of Pentacles is also showing me a maternal or nurturing figure who will be significant in your life moving forward. And this is the contrast to the tremendous woman of the Devil card. While that woman operated from control and ego, the Queen of Pentacles person operates from genuine care and generosity. This could be a new friend, a mentor, a romantic partner, or even you stepping into this energy for yourself. What strikes me about ending with the Queen of Pentacles is that she represents everything the Devil woman was not. Where the Devil woman created dependency, the Queen of Pentacles fosters independence. Where the Devil woman controlled through fear, the Queen of Pentacles nurtures through trust. Where the Devil woman took, the Queen of Pentacles gives freely because she knows there is always enough. I am also getting strong earth and water combination energy with this queen, which ties back to that sea and love connection. The Queen of Pentacles is earth energy, practical and grounded, but you, Cancer, are water energy, emotional and intuitive. When earth and water combine, you get fertile ground, you get gardens, you get growth. I am seeing you meeting someone or developing a relationship where your emotional depth is met with practical stability, where your sensitivity is valued rather than exploited. The Queen of Pentacles is encouraging you to focus on building something real for yourself. After witnessing the collapse of false structures through the Tower, after seeing what happens when power is misused, the Queen of Pentacles is your guide for building differently. Build with integrity, build with sustainability, build from a place of genuine abundance rather than fear of scarcity. Build in ways that nurture rather than control. So Cancer, let me bring all of this together for you. Your reading is showing a powerful arc from witnessing divine punishment and toxic power dynamics through personal withdrawal and spiritual development into emergence, justice, and ultimately abundant stability. The tremendous woman is the Devil facing her Tower moment, experiencing the justice she has earned. You are the hermit doing your inner work, emerging as the sun, supported by justice, and ultimately embodying the Queen of Pentacles energy. That love in the sea that the reading speaks about, I am seeing it woven throughout these cards. The water represents your emotional nature as Cancer, and the love is going to come when you are in your sun energy, when you are radiant and free and authentically yourself. It might literally be a connection made by the ocean or water, or it might be metaphorical water, the flow state of being emotionally open and available after a period of necessary closure. The divine punishment is not your burden to carry or to enact. Your job is to witness it, learn from it, do your own healing work, and then step into your own power and abundance. The tremendous woman's consequences are her own to face. Your responsibility is to yourself, to your healing, to building a life that reflects your true values rather than someone else's expectations. I want you to remember, Cancer, that all of this unfolding is ultimately in your favor. It might not feel that way when the tower is striking, when everything feels chaotic and uncertain. But the universe is clearing out what does not serve you to make space for what genuinely does. Trust the process, even when it is uncomfortable. Trust that divine justice is always working behind the scenes. Trust that your hermit time is preparing you for your sun time. Trust that you are being guided toward the Queen of Pentacles energy of genuine, sustainable abundance.